I just saw the original Black Christmas, but is it any good? Find out right now. When people talk about slasher movies, they tend to think about the big three. That for me is Halloween, Friday the 13th, and A Nightmare on Elm Street. Not many people remember that before all of those films, there was a little Canadian film called Black Christmas. The story is based on the urban legend of the babysitter and the man upstairs, and it's worked really well to develop that out into a full film. In fact, the script is generally very good. The politics is worn on its sleeve, so it's very obvious, but it's not rammed down your throat with a sledgehammer. They do actually take the time to stop and develop concepts slowly, rather than just going, look at this film, it's feminist, yay! It just comes across smarter because of it. Where the script works really well, though, is that it's not confined by the cliches that the genre developed over time. Obviously being the first, sort of, we could argue that later, of its kind, it's got new ideas, it's got fresh ideas. For example, generally speaking, no one makes stupid decisions that would then obviously put them in danger, apart from maybe one decision towards the end. But normally, everyone acts like normal people do. You've got a great early performance from Margot Kidder, who absolutely shines charisma through the camera. She is glorious as Barb. Justice for Barb? No, that's another show, isn't it? And she works as a great counterpoint to Olivia Hussey, who is our main character. Now, her performance is a little bit too earnest. She's a bit too genuine. She's a bit too sort of honest, genuinely caring about everybody else, super good girl character. And I find that a little bit annoying at times. To be honest with you, I'd kind of rather that those two characters were switched and that actually Margot Kidder playing Barb was our main heroine. But for the story that they're telling, where you've got the invader into the house and the question marks about which of the men it could possibly be, she's a very good counterbalance to that. One of the other important things to mention is the camera work. Although whenever we're dealing with the girls and their average everyday life and the men that they talk to and the police that are there, we have very normal, very classic camera work. When we go to follow the stalker and what he's doing, it's almost always handheld, and that gives us a wonderful voyeuristic feel to it. That, I say wonderful because it works very well. Of course, it's kind of creepy and kind of gross, especially when he's watching one of the girls in the house and they're not aware that he's there. But what that does do is give a wonderful level of tension and a glorious atmosphere to the whole movie, where there's that constant level of threat. Anytime that you're with the other characters and their day-to-day drama of their lives, they quickly then cut back to the stalker character doing something and watching them. And that being handheld makes it really, really effective. Now, if you've seen this movie or you've heard of it, you're probably aware of the choice that they made about the killer and his identity towards the end of the film. I'm not going to ruin it here, but the choice they made I absolutely love, and it really takes this film from being a very average 70s slasher to actually being quite an intelligent film. And for me, I really love it. I really am very happy at the end of the film with all of the choices that the director made. So here are 3 things that I liked about the film. Number 1, the cinematography. The choice of camera work is excellent. I really love the contrasts between the different characters. Number 2, Margot Kidder shows what a star she is going to be later on. Her charisma is undeniable throughout this film. Number 3, the ending is great. It's really tense, leaves you questioning everything, full of suspense. Fantastic. And here are 3 areas that I would like to improve. Number 1, the acting is a little hammy in certain places. Number 2, Olivia Hussey particularly is a little bit over the top occasionally. I know that kind of fits in with number 1 as well, but it's in her case, she's the main character. So I think it deserves to be mentioned in isolation. If there was a reason that I would not want to watch this film again, it would be her. I find her kind of annoying. Number 3, I would have liked it if they had left it very open-ended as to who the killer was. I like being taken down different roads to make me think that it's possibly different guys, or it could be different guys that are a part of the girls' lives. But as soon as they take you down that way and make you think that it's one guy, they then show that it can't be them, and then they make you think it's another guy and then it can't be them, then they make you think it's another guy and it can't be them. I'd rather they'd left all of those just open a little bit. Yeah, this makes us think that it isn't them, but there's still a chance that it could be. That I would have felt, then the ending would be even more powerful. So, did it achieve what it set out to do? Yes. It's a really tense, gritty slasher movie. Now, by modern standards, say if you look at films like Scream or even more modern slashers than that, it could be a little boring, I guess, in some places for a modern audience. But I really like the way it has that 70s feel where it really takes time developing the characters and making you care about their day-to-day lives. And so, yes, I do recommend it. You should absolutely go and see this movie. If you like this review and you want to see more, then don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You can click on our social media down in the description, and I'll see you soon.